What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for listening to Your Ex-Drinking Buddy. My name is Brennan Tassif. I'll be your host. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. Check out the merch store at brennantcomedy.com/merch-store. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well. We'll put the shorts up there, the full video, the whole thing. Thank you so much for listening. I love it. I hope you love it. Subscribe on Patreon, too. We do bonus episodes. I do Tales from the Restaurant, where I talk about celebrities I've waited on and whether they're assholes or not, which is super fun. Also, we do a pre-show banter for my other show, Cheers from the Press Box with Joe Dorville. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on over there, too. Make sure you just subscribe everywhere, just all over the place. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're not leaving the mean comments, thank you for that. Maybe leave a couple nice ones.
Grab me your beer and grab me a coke. We bout to sit for an hour, bullshit and tell jokes. And please don't mix it up, cause he done sobered up. Brennan T Comedy on your social media feeds. And Brennan Tassif is your ex-drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex-drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex-drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex-drinking buddy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Your Ex-Drinking Buddy. I'm your host, Brennan Tassif. If you're new to the program, quick rundown on the show. I used to be everyone's favorite drinking buddy. It was my favorite thing to do, hang out with friends, get drunk, do drugs, get in all sorts of trouble, and then reminisce about those crazy stories.
Oh, my Lord.
I am sober now, but it's still one of my favorite things to do, hang out with somebody and reminisce about the crazy old days. Most weeks I'll be joined by a guest. This week is no exception. All the way from New York City, Devon Arnold.
I really like this introduction.
Up?
I really like this introduction. That was really sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
bring the energy is what
Bring
I'd say.
the energy. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on. Before we get too far into anything, plug everything up front. You have a show. You've got social media.
I have
You're
stuff.
thinking about maybe starting a podcast. Let
Yeah,
everybody
I
know.
have stuff. I'm Devon Arnold. I'm a actor, stand-up comedian. I'm gay. I also make music. Yeah, man, I've got a variety show at Brooklyn Comedy Collective called Night of the Living Variety Show. It's not monthly. It's kind of bi-monthly. Either way, it happens, okay? We're going to be doing, I don't know when this is going to air.
This
but
is
we're
going to
gonna
air in 2 weeks.
Oh, well, on the elevator up here, I got the confirmation email that I'll be doing my Night of the Living Variety Show Black History Special.
Okay.
On February 1st at 8:30 p.m., so you better fucking be there. It's like original sketches, stand-up comedians, everybody's queer, and it's such a good time. And everybody's so talented.
That's
yes,
awesome.
it's like my show, but everybody's kind of more talented than me. And then
Social media, where can
social
everybody
media.
find you?
Oh, my social media is so easy to find because I'm a real professional. Agents, come find me. Studios, I'm ready. My Instagram is literally Devon Arnold.
That's it.
I'm supposed to be famous. Like, that's it.
I was, I had done 2 open mics back in like 2010, before social media was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I was like, I listened to podcasts and stuff. And so comics, when they would get a social media, it would always be whatever comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when Instagram first came out, I got Brennan T Comedy and I was like, that's it.
That's
all
it.
I had to do.
I'm ready for fame. Yeah. I'm glad I got Devon Arnold because it's like I do a bunch of different stuff. And now I'm like, well, I want the people to know that I do the stuff. And the name just being Devon Arnold, it's like, well, you can find all of it there. You don't even have to search for like the Devon or Devon _ Arnold. It's just there. Yeah, that's all my social media. I'm trying to think, what else should I plug? You mentioned the podcast thing. Yeah, I'll probably do a podcast next year, but I'm not
Everyone
gonna,
does it.
I'm not going to push it too much until
Everyone
I'm ready to
does it.
promote it. That's about it that I can say right now. I mean,
That's
like,
awesome. Well,
yeah.
you're doing a lot. You got a lot going
Thank you.
on.
Oh, I will say this. This was my last option in this neighborhood. I needed a tea, okay? I am not usually a Starbucks supporter, but
What'd you have for breakfast this
fuck
morning?
it. At Dunkin'. Oh, you're making me say it again. This guy. I
just wanted you to be
Dunkin'.
like, I am actually very anti-corporate.
I am
other
actually very
than
anti-corporate with another corporation.
Tea and Dunkin' and
The Dunkin' was earlier. And then we had the tea because I wanted it before I came on the show.
You are absolutely right, though. It is interesting to be in New York, and there's so many like small mom and pop places, but still the convenience of like.
As soon as I got off the train, I was
There's
like,
a Starbucks right there off the. I know exactly.
where
which
can
one
I
you
get a
went to.
tea?
Yeah.
It's a Starbucks.
It's literally
not
off
that New York
the
Times
subway.
store that's there.
No.
Hello. So
There's still right there.
putting
on the corner.
money towards the stuff that they put money towards.
There's still they've got a.
Shame me. Cancel me.
Right on the corner, there's a place that sells magazines and newspapers.
Yep. And no tea.
No tea.
I just found that out. Ah!
Oh, you went in there?
Well, I walked up to the window and said, well, this doesn't look like my kind of store.
I'm excited to have you on. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for thinking I'm worthy.
Of course. We met at Greenwich Village months and months and months ago. But I remember I saw your set. The first time I saw your set, and you were very, very funny. And I was like, oh, this person's hilarious. And then I didn't see you for a little while. Oh. And then I saw you again, and again, very, very funny. And you have like a freedom on stage where I don't know if you do it on purpose or not. And I don't know if it comes from the acting background, but it's very much like, it seems like, which is what we all try to do as comedians, but it seems like you're just thinking of stuff and saying it, and it all happens to be very funny. Whereas me as a storyteller, everything is very like, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Like I say this to set up this to punch that. You know what I mean? But for you, when I watch your set, and this is something that I really envy in a lot of comedians and people who get on stage, was you just had a freedom where it seemed like, because you were tagging like what other people said, which again, as a comic, I can do that, but it seems more like I was sitting there, like
really funny.
Writing. Thank you, but it seems like I was writing that stuff down. Like you said this, so I'll tag it with that. But so I was like, oh, and then I saw that not only do you do comedy, but then I saw the variety show when I went on your social media and stalked you, and I saw the acting and everything, and I was like, oh, I have to get you on the podcast.
Stalked me. You stalked me.
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much.
Of
men
course.
don't usually stalk me.
No.
And that's all I want.
I always like to do a little vetting before I ask someone to come on the show.
You're like, what's this bitch?
Well, because I have made the mistake of having someone come on and being like they've reached out and been like, hey, I love the pod. Can I come on? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then they come on.
Nothing to say.
And the episode is kind of like to the point where I go, I'm going to go check out like some of the stuff on their social media. And it's terrible. And I'm
bad.
like, why
that
did I have
sucks
this
because I do
person
like to believe in
on?
everyone's dream, and like everyone has a dream. It doesn't have to be
But
successful.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because it's like I really need to air an episode because I have to do a new one every week. And it's like, but do I really want to do this one? So
you're like, okay, let's do this comic with really bad transphobic jokes. Maybe there's a heart in there.
Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's, hey, let's do this comic that might be very open-minded and progressive, but it's fucking terrible at comedy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's okay. I really appreciate what you just said. That's so sweet. I'm kind of shocked because imposter syndrome, because I'm like, oh, he thinks that there's a freedom there. But I'm learning more and more how to structure everything into storytelling. And I do the thing of like, there's bullet points of the things I know I want to say and where I want to get to.
Okay.
Or how I set up a joke. But I guess the freedom that you're talking about is like my ability to learn it like a script and then kind of like improv it a little bit once I get in the moment.
I did.
Or like the more and more the joke develops, then I'm like, okay, I can get a little loosey-goosey with this because I get the structure.
And I have bits like that. Like there's some bits that I have that I always do. So it's like I can do them. I could literally be asleep and do that. Like I could do a tight five, like passed out. You know what I mean? But it's something that, because I took a couple acting classes in college and stuff, and that was something they always said was learn the material so much that it is you.
It's you.
And it's not the material. And then you find a sort of freedom in that. But I guess it's just because because a lot of times when we hang out, we're at mics and stuff, and I'm always so like obsessed with, okay, this is brand new. Like I have to make this work.
I have to make it. Yeah, it has to make sense.
Yeah,
this is practice. I'm doing the reps. I feel
like people can feel that when I'm on stage because, like, when the bit's brand, because I've been doing comedy a long time, but when a bit is brand new, like I have to. So I'm very tense.
You gotta break it in
when I try to, like, when I say a joke, even though I've been doing this for years and I'm very confident in how good I am. But when it's a brand new bit and it's all comics in the room, I get very tense. And I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I never. Whether you have it or not is beside the point. I never sense that kind of tenseness from you because you do kind of go up and you're just like, well, we're going to try it. Here we go.
Literally. No, that's your me impression. I love that. Was perfect. I get so anxious and in my head. So I really appreciate you saying that. And I'm glad that it's translating that way because it's a manic factory up here. Yeah, it's a manic factory up here. And when I'm on stage, I'm like, you better like hit those marks. And if you don't, everyone hates you and you're not funny and you're never going to succeed. So there's that.
And it wasn't worth it.
And you should sit down. Everyone hates you.
I do that all the time.
If I do something wrong, I'm like, everyone hates you. Go away.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Yeah, kill yourself.
That's what I say to myself all the time. I actually started doing a bit at work when I would mess up. It's a bit I use in a roast, but every time I would screw something up and they'd be like, Brennan, I'd be like, the note's just going to say, sorry, it took so long. Like, it's just becoming a running thing now. Where
Sorry,
it's like,
it took so long.
Sorry, it took so long.
Sorry, it took so long.
But I'm out of here. Let's get into it. So, obviously you've had a penchant for entertainment with the acting background and the
since
comedy.
I was a child.
That's what I want to get into.
Yeah.
So when did you? What was first? Was it acting? Was it comedy? What was the first thing where you were like, I want to do that?
So should I start like when I was a child?
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
want to
yeah.
start because this is the thing I tell all my guests, and the listeners know this, but I'll tell you for context. Stand-up comedy is a very niche thing. So we're in it, so we think it's like a lot. It's like our world, especially for
But
me.
there's a
it's
whole
like my
other
whole
world.
life. Yeah. So like I meet people at the restaurant, and they go, "Oh, you do comedy? I love comedy." I'll be like, "Oh, who's your favorite comedian?" They're like, "Dave Chappelle," and I'm like, "Everybody knows Dave Chappelle. That's
Right.
not like if you said Matt Fulchiron or Tom Segura or even Ari Shaffir, I'd be like, okay, so you know comedy because those people aren't like household quote unquote names."
Right.
And so it is a very niche thing. So whenever I meet someone, especially someone who does other things like acting and stuff like that, I'm always curious as to how you got into stand-up.
Okay. It's definitely like all over the place.
Okay.
But my family in general is in performing arts.
Okay.
Like my mom was in a whole entire girl group.
Really?
A dance girl group. Yeah, it's actually insane because they performed at the Apollo Amateur Night when it was in the 1900s. And when I was a teenager, senior year of high school, I got an internship at the Apollo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, oh, look at that full circle. So my mom's sisters, my grandmother literally like managed a performing arts center. Like, so everybody was into it. My cousin, he's an amazing actor. All of the people are into the things.
Okay.
But when I was a kid, it was like a lot of like watching movies with my mom and really being like, I want to act. So she just put me in like little extracurricular programs.
Okay,
I
so when you were a
danced
kid,
even.
you were like, I want to act. And
Yeah,
your mom
no,
was like,
I
"Let's
danced
do
even,
it."
but I feel like comedy bug came from two things. SNL. I became obsessed with SNL like 2004. I was like 7. But I remember it because we just got a family computer and like I could get on the family computer and do stuff like Google people.
Yeah.
So that was the time where I was like watching SNL, asked my mom permission, can I watch SNL? And then like that next Sunday or probably like after school sometime that week, going and looking up like, okay, who is Kenan Thompson? Like who is Taron Killam? Like they're so funny. And then also like connecting the dots of like, because I watch way too much TV even now. So like connecting the dots, like, oh my God, that's Kenan from Kenan and Kel, but he got to the show and this is a sketch show, and it's like these are
you want to
the
hear
things.
something funny? I because I have all those bits about watching too much movies and television, especially bad movies and television.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I'll be watching a show and I look like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I'm like, oh, that's the guy.
Hey, I know him. Yeah. So and my friends are always like, you know this actor's name. It's like, no, I just know the thing and the craft.
It happens at the
It is what it
restaurant
is.
too, because I work at a Swanky Steakhouse downtown.
love your
So like
stories.
these
Yeah.
character actors will come in, and I don't tell those on stage because nobody knows them. But I'll go up to them and be like, "I loved you in season 4, episode 7 of Burn Notice. That was a great performance."
They're
and they're
like,
like,
"Oh,
"What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, because it's that serious to me.
To me, yeah.
To me,
I'm
it's
like,
that serious.
Your arc on Burn Notice was fantastic. You played a great villain. Loved
You're a
it.
great villain. Burn Notice is crazy. Any USA original series.
It's a bit, and the listeners know this, but I will defend this. Everyone
USA.
talks about HBO, premium television. I get it.
USA got some shit.
The Sopranos are great.
Political Animals. You ever seen Political Animals?
I have not, but I'm going to add that to the list because the list I always give when I
Sigourney
do
Weaver.
the bit is, I do know. I remember
On
that.
USA, yeah.
I remember
So
the
fucking
promotion.
good.
But like, everyone was into Suits during the pandemic. Everyone was obsessed with it.
And I knew Suits from when I was not,
So did
not
I.
a kid,
When
but
it
like
came out in
I saw it was
2009.
like
Yeah.
out, and like I knew that it was a kind of hit show.
Monk was like Monk won like every
Monk
single
was in syndication.
Emmy
Like that had to
ever.
be. Yeah.
And then there's like Psych and White Collar was another big one.
Oh, White
And-
Collar.
And everyone's
Matt Bomar, I'm looking at you.
Magic Mike when he plays the Ken doll. Come on. Who are we
So
talking?
good.
Who are we talking about?
Magic
right
Mike
now?
trilogy is actually really good.
The original Magic Mike I loved. The thing I didn't like about the second one is something that's a very big pet peeve of mine in entertainment. And you might relate to this as an actor, but when you build an entire story arc in the first movie or an entire season of an episode, and then the next season you can't get that actor, you can't, like, something falls through, and then you use one line of dialogue to change the entire trajectory of why we
story.
liked the character
Cheetah
in the
Girls
first
3,
place.
yeah.
Well,
Cheetah Girls 3 is like, well, Raven wanted to go to college. And
Yeah.
it's like, but she is the reason why y'all were a group and why
and
y'all
that's
got opportunity.
Magic Mike too. The entire original Magic Mike is about him finding love and like turning over a new leaf and like,
Right.
the whole
Oh my
Channing
God.
kid.
Yes.
And then the next movie is like they're at the funeral for their friend, and it's like, what happened to that
Oh,
girl?
yes. Oh, my God, yes.
And he's like, oh, it just didn't work out. And I was like, that's why we were so committed.
To this movie.
Was because
to
your
coming to the
character
sequel.
was like maturing and changing.
Not happening.
And then it's like.
Not happening.
So I can't. So when you say the trilogy, I'm going to push back a little bit.
Just the movie.
The original, I love it.
I love you saying original like it was like 1971 classic. It was.
It is a classic.
It all happened
It's
in
a
the
love
span of
story.
10 years.
There's drugs and sex.
Yeah,
and
it is a classic. Steven Soderbergh, I think, did that movie. So good.
It's but that is one of my biggest pet peeves is when because when I first noticed it was Entourage when the movie came out. So the entire last season of Entourage, he's falling in love and like he's maturing.
Gonna make you laugh in a minute.
And it's going to be a totally different thing. Then the movie comes out and they're like, "Thank God you didn't end up going through with that marriage." And they're on jet skis. That's what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I was like, "What's this?"
No, they're on jet skis.
Because I know they're always in like a drop top.
So literally,
So I was like, "Is this the drop?"
The entire series was about Vincent Chase maturing and becoming an adult and then getting
The
married.
most I know about Entourage is Lil Bow Wow was in an episode, and he was really great. And I saw the episode. It was
Tokyo
like
Drift. He's very good in as well.
We'll have this. We can talk about this. Bow Wow is one of the best rapper actors ever. He's literally like so dialed in.
He's so likable.
Roll bounce,
and
lottery
Roll Bounce,
ticket.
good one.
These are. I'm talking about. He's acting. He's hitting the comedic beats. He's hitting the dramatic beats. It never loses, and I'm never thinking about him being Bow Wow while he's doing these things.
I honestly,
I love how we got to Bow Wow.
I forget that he's. I just see him
Forget
as
that
the
he's a
character.
rapper? Oh,
yeah.
no,
I literally just like in Tokyo Drift.
He's that good.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he's like doing all that, like he drives the car with the Hulk smash in it and stuff, and then he's like, after a long day of modeling, you want to go to the guy who makes you laugh, and I'm like, I don't fucking like this guy.
He's charismatic as fuck.
Yeah.
I love a musician,
Shout out Bow Wow.
turn actor, or like just a performing artist that is doing
Therese is
acting.
another one.
Tyrese, Lady Gaga is another one where it's like
so
you were literally.
I forgot she was Lady Gaga in
but I
the
forget
movie.
that you're
yeah.
Lady Gaga when you're in the movie.
When she does "Shallow" at the Academy Awards, I was sobbing, and I was
she's amazing.
I was like, oh yeah, this is Lady
incredible.
Gaga doing "Shallow." This is not the character from the movie doing "Shallow."
Yeah, and also it's like, I guess speaking of Lady Gaga, like how she went to performing arts school and like did do acting, did all those things. She just got known to us by doing music. I feel this kind of same way about myself, where I'm like, I'm doing comedy and everybody's like, he's funny, but also like do music and I'm an actor, so I never want the things to cross. So I don't know.
Yeah, so it is
like,
interesting
never.
because to your point, she became known for her musical talent.
But it's like when she started acting, it was a surprise to people that
Yeah.
know her as rah rah
But,
rah.
like, in your
but
sense,
if you
it's
know her,
like-
it's like, well, she probably did this already
Yeah.
and wanted to find a way to do this, and is doing this in music videos and on the red carpet. Like
Which
she is an actor.
Something you could do, which is like you become known for comedy, but then transition into acting.
transition.
And then people are
Oh my
going to
God,
be like,
I want to do the Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Like I want to do music.
Got to meet
It's
him.
not comedy music.
Very cool guy.
Like he seems like the sweetest man.
yeah, he came into the restaurant, and I wanted to be like, fucking Friday or Any Given Sunday,
Any Given
Collateral,
Sunday.
Django. I told my buddy who I co-host my sports podcast with, Cheers from the Press Box, Joe.
A sports podcast.
Yeah, he lives in Atlanta, and I was like, I really wanted to go up and be like, Django Unchained is like my favorite movie. He's like, maybe don't lead with that.
No, let's
Maybe
not
don't-
lead with that. And fun fact about me, having gotten past first 52 minutes of Django Unchained, and the sole reason is why, because each time something would happen, whether I liked it or not, I said, a white man wrote this.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And that's a whole nother thing.
Well, and then the other part about it too is now what he's saying about other actors.
I've gotten
Matthew
lost in this,
Lillard
but I did see
and
he
Paul
said.
Dano.
Oh, he said that.
Matthew Lillard
what did he
and
say
Paul
about?
Dano cannot act. And
What did he say about Matthew Lillard?
Weak, I believe was the quote.
When did he say this? Who asked
He
him?
said this on a podcast.
Who?
When they were talking about There Will Be Blood, and he was like, basically, now I'm misquoting, but basically it was Daniel Day-Lewis carried that film. Paul Dano is a weak actor and really brought the film down, which is ironic because his character is supposed to be weak in the movie. That's like the point. And that Paul Dano, he'll never like basically ask him to be in any of his movies because he's a weak actor. And then he said, like a Matthew Lillard. And I was like, oh, boy.
First of all, Paul Dano is that fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I'm looking at the camera. I'm going to stand behind my man, Matthew Lillard. That's my man. My man in like that's my man way. Don't disrespect him ever. Quentin Tarantino.
Flip it!
Respect to you and your iconic films and your BET appearances, but watch that mouth. I did not know he said that.
Yeah.
And Matthew Lillard is, since I was a kid, incredibly hot and incredibly
What do you
talented.
know him from?
Of course, I know him from Scream.
Okay.
But it really
Scream
set
was
off.
us. Scream was us. Because I'm
my
older
sister
than
would
you.
let me
Scream
watch
was us, yeah.
Scream all the time. But when I got to watch Scooby-Doo,
that's
when I was like,
assumed.
I have a crush on you. And then there was like a spew of Miramax films he was in.
He did
that
a lot.
were like I feel like one of them was with Lil' Kim. It's like those rom coms.
Yeah. He also
those Shakespearean rom com. Yeah.
He was also in SLC Punk, which was like one of his first films. It was an independent film, but my brother, who's who's like a decade older than me, was really into like these indie kind of movies. And that movie I remember watching way too young, but it's like a really intense movie about drug addiction and stuff. And I remember watching that being like, this dude can act.
Hello, character actor, literally Shaggy. Anyways.
So get into performing arts.
So we get into performing arts. I said the first thing, SNL. The second thing was I really got into listening to comedy.
Okay.
I watched specials here and there. Like I remember the day that my mom's water broke the night before Thanksgiving in 2007. She was like, we're going to watch Delirious. Do not repeat these things in school because I know you're going to like it. And the way that woman was like, cleaning the collard greens, doing all this stuff, didn't care, didn't help. That was one of the best things I ever seen in my life. I was like, oh shit, I kind of want to be this guy. And then my mom got me a Pandora.
Shout out to
and
Murphy.
I started listening to like Eddie, Tracy.
I'm getting everybody pregnant.
Yes, Whitney Cummings was a huge thing for me. I actually got in
star,
trouble for my mom caught me. I already listened to it a lot, but we got cable once, like in a new apartment, and I was like, fuck, on Comedy Central, they had like the full Money Shot special, which is so good. And she was like, what is this shit on the recently watched called Money Shot? And I was like, oh, it's a comedy special about a woman. Oh my God, stop. I listened to a lot of Amy Schumer, a lot of Wanda Sykes, Monique. Kings of Comedy was a big rotation in my house. That DVD would probably be skipped, I want to say, if I'm remembering correctly, because we just watched it so much. I always skipped, no disrespect, whatever, my opinion. I always skipped like D.L. Hughley to get to that like Steve, Cedric, Bernie. Like that is... it's timeless.
Bernie
so
is one of my favorites.
Bernie doing the joke of his nephew being gay. It kind of it's hilarious. It's interesting too because I remember talking to a friend that was like, I know you didn't like that shit, and I was like, no, I have an interesting relationship with that bit. Watching it as a kid and knowing that I was like gay or whatever, I was what he was describing, like very feminine and all that. I was like, I don't feel a way. Like I was being bullied in school, but I didn't feel a way. It made me laugh. I didn't think it was that. I think it's because Bernie already kind of had that energy where he's like loving. And I watched the Bernie Mac show.
Fatherly
and like
of...
it's like the context around it. It never offended me.
Well, he actually transcends that in all the stuff like the Bernie Mac show.
And the Bernie Mac show. And
him in
even
Transformers,
in
him in the Ocean's movies. He has this very like caring kind of like almost like a fun uncle kind of a vibe to him.
Yeah.
Like when he's like selling the car to Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my God, so good. Yeah. Improv. Hello.
You don't want that one. Yeah. And it's all improv.
Yeah.
And I think Bernie is one of the most underrated comedians just because
he's one of the best comedians
he passed
ever.
away so early. He was like in his 50s when he died.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, and people might say, well, he had his own television show and it was a
Also,
sitcom
he also
and all this, but like
in my mind, some of these comedic legends are like in these little boxes in my mind. Bernie Mac, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, like they are all in the same box. For me.
Yeah.
For me.
As like
for
your
me.
top tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the same way I saw Bernie Mac in life is the same way that like I felt when I watched Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire. It's like, oh, this is your film. This is your event. This is your thing. Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Even though
is
life is like
favorite.
full of, life is like Martin Lawrence and Eddie, whatever. But
well, it is an
Bernie
interesting thing because like if you were to ask me gun to my head right now, who's your like favorite comedian?
I hate that question.
It's hard because, but then I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be like, holy shit, so-and-so has a new special. I love this comedian.
Them, yeah.
And so you're absolutely right. There is like a tier system to it.
I do love and have an incredible admiration for Monique.
Yes, I love Monique.
Growing up, like,
she also can act.
Woo! Don't even get me started.
She's such a good actress.
Best supporting actress. I think she's like the
Oh,
second
yeah,
black woman
forgot
to
she
ever
won
win
that,
Best
yeah.
Supporting Actress. And look what the industry did to her. Didn't give her no roles. It's quiet. It's quiet. I won't say anything. Academy, I'm looking at you.
We're
Anyways,
looking at you.
we're looking at you, Nora, over the substance. Okay. Anyways, I'm still bitter. I'm still real bitter about that. I could go on a tangent.
It was okay, but it's a porn for the
Can I
first
say
hour.
something?
Yeah, of course.
I liked Nora. I liked Mikey Madison. She's really cool.
She's very,
I didn't like that the final shot of the movie. Our female character is understanding her self-worth because she just got the seat pulled back and is riding dick. And she starts to cry. She's like, there it is. My worth. And that's the end of the movie. Yeah. And this is the best picture. When she literally was screaming and being a boss in the opening scene, she didn't know her self-worth until she rode some dweeb's peen. Crazy.
It kind of almost goes backwards. And also very uncomfortable with the scene when she thought he was going to assault her. And then she said, "What are you?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. He's a fag because he doesn't want to assault you? What?" And then, of course, a man wrote it. So that's what happens when you have a man write female characters or female-driven movie. Yes.
Just get that. Not looking at you, Zack Snyder, because you know how to write women. Cool.
Zack Snyder, good pull.
I love him.
I want to ask...
Sucker Punch. One of the greatest films ever.
When you said Zack Snyder, I honestly thought 300 because that's my.
I've never seen 300.
It's very good.
Sucker Punch was my introduction to Zack Snyder, and I became obsessed with him and my girl Deborah, his wife.
300 is very good.
Yeah.
But again, I saw it in the formative years when I was in like high school and college. Where
I was 9 years old when it dropped. Wasn't it 2007?
Yeah.
I remember going to a new school and they had like a big ass poster.
I was like, this is all these guys with abs killing people. This is what I want to be.
Oh, well, go for it. You still have the time.
Yeah.
Anyway. You still have the time. Anyway.
So when was the first time you tried stand-up?
Oof. I tried stand-up in 2019.
Okay.
I did a set at, what's this fucking place called?
So you were upset, because I've had a lot of people
Yeah, because I'd already did like comedy and I skipped some steps, but I'd already did like comedy writing. I taught myself how to write screenplays when I was like in the 6th grade. So I'd been doing that and then acting. And then, like I said, I was in dance. My mom put me in dance. So I was doing those things. It still felt in this way aligned. There was an alignment. I was like, some way, somehow, I'm going to do stand up.
So then 2019,
do it.
When open mic, I'm assuming?
At an open mic. What's the place called? Why my brain can't work? What's the place called when you get out the one train? When you get off the one train, Christopher Street, there's a place right on the corner.
New York Comedy Club?
It's not called the Duplex. It's called the something.
I don't know.
Anyways, if you're that place, I'm sorry. I forgot your name. But it's on the corner there. That was my first time doing it. It was really cute. It was like a 7:15 open mic.
Okay.
With so many old people.
How'd it go?
It's very scary, but it was great.
Did you, from your past of writing, whether it's screenplays, comedy writing, all this kind of stuff, did you have a set?
Wrote jokes. So the two things that I wrote when I would keep secretive are jokes and songs.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just... Insecurity is a bitch.
No, it's I
but yeah, jokes and songs were the two things that I wrote. And then
I won't even tell new bits to my fiance. Like, I will make it seem like I'll go to a mic and, like we were talking about earlier, I'll make it seem like, all right, let me just try this and see what happens.
Do this.
Even though I've been obsessing about it for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't like to give my friends or anybody that's close to me any sneak preview because then they're just
But then once I know a bit works, I will use it in conversation all the time.
Oh, yeah, I do that, but I don't want to though.
I hate doing it.
Yeah.
But someone will mention something that I have a bit related to, and I'll be like, oh, I have a bit about that where I say blah blah blah, and I'm just looking for validation because I want them to be like, oh, that's really funny, or laugh.
As soon as you finish your sentence, you're waiting for the
yeah. And when it doesn't come, I go, sorry it took so long.
Yeah, sometimes I have to. That is going to be the quote of the day. That should be the name of the episode. Sorry I took so long. But yeah, I try not to do that because I'm like, I don't want to be annoying and I don't want to seem pretentious. Like, oh, when I do a bit, that's funny. Someone's like, my mom died. I'm like, well, I have a bit about my mother. And it's like, shut up.
Always preface it with, oh, I have a bit about that, because I do have a very good friend whom I love dearly back in Florida who speaks in bits.
Oh.
But he doesn't do it on purpose.
That's a personality disorder, babe.
It's kind of his quirk. But sometimes we'll be having literal deep conversations, and then he'll do a bit, and then I have to turn to him and go, "Are you doing bits right now?"
I would hate to be his girlfriend.
Well,
because like don't.
He wouldn't have a girlfriend. But
oh, yeah, because like don't do a bit right now.
It would
like
be his boyfriend, but yes.
Oh, you know what I'm saying. I'm assuming this person is straight because he's dumb.
He's actually very, very smart. It's just, I think it's like you're saying. I think it's just like
me pushing an agenda.
That's just how he talks, which is why he's so funny on stage. But he also talks that same, because you know how like you and I, we have like our stage persona, which is still us. It's just kind of a ramped up version of us.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Oh.
And so whether he's on stage or off stage, it's just him. And so sometimes when we're off stage, I'll be like, stop doing bits.
Let's not. Actually, that's not today. Yeah. I do bits sometimes with friends though, but it's not in conversation.
Not in like a deep
It's not in deep conversation. What was your question again?
How did the mic go?
Okay,
Because
the mic was great.
This is the line.
Yeah, there was a crowd of a lot of older people. I do remember this one white, very handsome gentleman. He was older. He told me this guy. He told me, you're so good. Keep making fun of white people. They love that shit. And not that I like took that as my comment. Like I took it as like, I'm going to make fun of the white race. But I was like, oh shit, I think I did a thing. Yeah. You know, like no offense, white people, but I think I did a thing.
No,
it was
very funny,
you know.
And also you do have, because I've seen you recently, you have a lot of self-deprecating stuff just about you and growing up and being gay and all this kind of stuff too.
Self-deprecation. So it's so fun. It's hot.
It also works because what I've noticed is just from a male perspective, if you attack something, it's called punching up, punching down, all that kind of stuff. So you're always punching up.
Yeah, on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're either attacking yourself or you're attacking, like, I have a bit where I talk about my ex and I'm kind of mean about her in the bit and it never works because I'm punching down. Because I'm attacking a woman as a straight white guy from the South, so it never works.
So opposite, I have a bit about my ex where I talk about how shitty he was, but how dumb I was.
Yeah.
Like the punchline is like,
so
but girl, I was still there.
Make it about you.
Yeah, like girl, I was still fucking him.
Yeah.
So we're, who's stupid? Stupid off, right? We're having a stupid off. But yeah, the open mic was so sweet, and then the pandemic happened.
So after the open mic, were you like, this is, because this is what I've noticed is this.
I was like,
line.
I'm gonna do the thing. I need to find community. I need to do the stuff. But this was like in November of 2019.
And then the pandemic happens.
And then the pandemic happened, and then I kind of sat on my ass, and then I actually had this accident, like a burn accident on my face in like 2021. It was very depressing. I was so sad.
What happened?
I was cooking, and let me specify. No, I knew what I was doing. I did not do anything stupid. There was a little bit of grease in like this small pan, and it was lit up, I want to say about like 13 minutes before, but it was off the fire. I went to go pick it up. She popped. Yeah, she popped me right in my shit, girl. I was like, did I fuck your nigga? Like, what? What is happening? I also was listening to gospel music while it was happening. It felt like I was in like a fucking Brian De Palma. Like, I felt like I was like in some 70s horror movie. But I say that
Smite
to
me,
say,
you almighty smiter.
literally. Also, like, this could be my come up story. But say all that to say, that's when I was like, I'm not doing anything. I don't want to be on stage. I don't want to do this stuff. I don't want to, whatever, my face. You in the moment, it feels like this is going to be forever. Thank you, really. Sometimes I can see it. But that's just placebo effect.
I have a scar down the front of my forehead from a fight when I carved my own face open. But a lot of times nobody notices until I'm like, don't you see it?
Don't you see it? That's me. And people are like, we don't. Stop. Like, we don't.
You're fine.
You're fine. But yeah, I just stopped doing shit for a while.
When did you get back in?
What do you mean? Like, get back into doing performing arts?
Yeah.
Like, towards the end of 2022.
Wow. So you took some time off.
Yeah, because I was so sad. I wasn't into modeling, but I was with this agency, and then they got me like a FIFA campaign, which was really fucking cool. I was so nervous. All these really hot people and me, and
you look like a soccer player.
Thank you. I get that all the time. I'm actually Mexican. I'm not. I made that up. But yeah, no, that happened.
I tiptoed around that. I was like, I think he's baiting me, but I don't want to take it.
I'm gonna ask him for tostada, but I'm not sure. No, I took some time off, but before that, like before the accident, the FIFA thing happened. I did like this little cool music video thing. Like I was really feeling myself. Like I was ready to drive it. I did the open mic. Like I was doing all these things. And I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good off everything. So I stopped doing everything for a long time. And then in 2022, I was like, girl, you got to get up and do something.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of 2022, that's when I went to an open mic at the Pit.
Okay.
And it just kind of brewed from there. Like every other month or every other couple of months, I would go to an open mic. And then there was a consistency. Like by 2023, there was a
You were back.
consistency. Yeah.
That's what I noticed because when I started comedy, I was drinking and doing a lot of drugs and stuff. This is before I got sober, obviously. And I would do like a mic every couple months. And every time I did it, I was like, it's the same thing I go through now with the podcast because I release Patreon episodes and all this kind of stuff. And when I do them, I'm like, I got to do this. I got to be consistent. I got to do it every month. Or I got to do it for the Patreon. I got to do it like every 2 weeks. And then I just stop. And that's how I was when I first started stand-up. I was like, I got to do mics all the time. And then I would do one and then not another one for like a month.
The consistency.
Or 3 weeks. Yeah.
No.
And then when I got sober and I got back into comedy, I started doing it every single day. And I was like, oh, this is how you get better is all the time. The consistency, the reps.
Even now, I haven't been to an open mic in like 3 weeks and I feel crazy.
Well, and I actually just had this conversation with my fiance because the mics on Wednesday got canceled. Which I don't do a ton of mics now because I do a lot more like actual like, touring and stuff like that. I do shows.
This guy.
But if I'm not on, I'm like comedy is my life. So if I'm not on stage in a 7-day span, if I'm not on stage at least 2 or 3 times, I go crazy.
Yeah.
Whether it's a mic or a show or whatever.
That's how I feel right now. I had to cancel a show on Drew. Shout out Drew. Amazing human being.
Love Drew.
I had to cancel a show on Drew because I had to work. And I felt, I don't know, I was having an episode low-key. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I feel uncomfortable in my own body right now. The next day I was fine, but I was like in the moment knowing that I could be on the stage right now. Like, girl.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is like December is such a busy time for my restaurant that I don't book anything in December. So people are like, when's your next show?
It's my first restaurant job, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I have a little side job.
Well, so I love my restaurant because I'm very good at it, so they give me leeway. I'm like one of the head trainers, and I do all the stuff, and they can rely on me. And I make mistakes like anybody, but I'm like I get a lot of the VIP tables. That's why I have all those crazy stories. But I'm very good at it. So in turn, they let me do whatever I want when it comes to comedy, 10 months a year. But November and December, I have to be there because it's so busy.
Right.
And so I don't book anything in December. And so people are like, when's your next show? I go, well, I've got a bunch in January, but nothing this month.
See you in the new year, girl.
So what I always try to do, though, is because physically I will get uncomfortable if I don't get on stage, I'll go to the mics. But then, they've had some stuff going on and on McDougal. So, like, sometimes the mics are getting canceled or sometimes they're moving stuff around and then I don't get to go. And, like, that happened this week. They were repairing something at the club, so they were just like, mics are canceled. And I was like, no,
I need that.
I
need that.
Like I go on Wednesdays and I hit like 3 or 4 on a Wednesday, and now that you're canceling it, that's like my time.
Yeah, taking a little piece of your heart.
And oh my God, it drives me insane because I know because tomorrow there's a bunch of mics, but it's like I can't go because I have to work. But the cool thing about my restaurant is, and I've talked to my GM about this all the time, was like if I get a call from one of the people I know who's a big headliner, and they're like, hey, so-and-so dropped out. I need you to open for me this weekend. I told her, I was like, I'm not coming in. Like,
no, it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
And she's like, no. We understand. We get it. As long as it's not December or November, you're fine. So that's why, like, people tell me all the time, you have to quit the restaurant because it's at night. And I'm like, well, 1, I can make my rent in a weekend. And 2, I've made more connections working at this restaurant in comedy because we're right in between the stand and the cellar, so we get a lot of big comics that come in there.
What restaurant do you work at?
I never talk about it on
the
show.
podcast. He's going to tell me after so I can go and harass him.
But like because I'm never leaving this place, and until I make enough money through the podcast and through comedy, I'm never leaving. But then that also means like I'm never leaving.
I'm never leaving, but I'm never leaving.
So for you getting this side job, and then what was that like with the first time you had to be like, oh, I can't do the show because I have to work?
It was fresh last Wednesday.
Okay.
And I just felt sad.
Yeah.
And depressed. And I wanted to punch everyone that walked in the restaurant, but I didn't.
You didn't make do you work at a restaurant where you could like call someone and get it covered, or is that like a no-no?
You can, but that week I was trying to make a certain amount of hours.
Totally get it.
And I was already doing a play on one of the days that I
normally work.
So I was like, I'll take a Wednesday. And then Drew was like, do you want to do my show? And I was like, no, I can't do it. So yeah, very sad about that.
It is so interesting.
And he like made a poster for me and everything.
The
it was
plight of
yeah.
just being like, no, I have to, because everyone's. It's. I was just emailing somebody about this the other day, and you'll understand this more so than a lot of people. This idea of like we make progress in what we do. But from the outside perspective, it might be a little different with you because your mom comes from a performing background. But like people are like, oh, did you get paid for that? And you're like, well, no, but I met a lot of these people. And they go, yeah, but if you didn't get paid, then it doesn't really. And you're like, that's not how
it's just like the family
works.
members that like don't really talk to me or don't really fuck with me. They're like, I see you, Hollywood. Like, nigga, you just saw me do a thing on a stage and your brain made you think that I'm Angela fucking Bassett. Like, it made you think I'm an A-list celebrity. But not yet. Wait on it.
We're almost there.
Wait on it, ho. Yeah.
I want to talk to you. We got to get into some of these stories.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
So when it was interesting because a lot of the questions that I asked,
I was like, I hope this makes, I hope he understands that this is gonna make sense.
No, yeah, I followed it. Let's talk about the first time you drank.
The first time I drank,
Because that was actually a story you sent me, which is a question I always ask anyway.
This is the first time I drank. My father gave me my first drink. How do I even set this story up?
How old are you?
I'm like 12.
Okay.
Because I didn't go to I wasn't in high school yet, but I remember that I was going to be in high school.
So 12, 13.
I was 12. Yeah, I was definitely 12. So this is going to be some gay shit. Well, not gay shit, but growing up, my dad, you know what I mean? Like growing up with my dad, it's him and his friends. It's the dudes. It's always the fight nights, the games. And it's just him being like, go watch the TV or go be on the fucking PSP or DS or whatever. And gladly, I would be like, I'm going to find someone's room in this house to watch a fucking sitcom. I don't give a fuck. So that's exactly what happened. My father was like, we're going to go out to my friend's house. It was in Yonkers. It was so cool. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a nice house. His son was really cool. Definitely gave that vibe of like when I was a kid, a lot of times I could tell if it was another like boy, he's like, this nigga gay. like that was the vibe of my dad's friend's son in this time. So he would like let me be in his room and like we would play with toys together or whatever, or like play video games. But it was definitely him being like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, this time around, I'm not going to be in his room. I'm going to go in some other room, which is like their family room. And I was just watching Moesha. I watched Moesha for hours. I remember it just like that. The sun went down. I went to go get a Capri Sun. And my father and his friends were like doing a shot. And my father was like, this little nigga don't know nothing about this. It's like he was like doing a bit. And I was just like, I just want a Capri Sun. And my father's friend was like, what are you good? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in the living room just watching TV, like watching Moesha. And he was just like, that's okay, cool. Like you're 12. You should be like playing video games upstairs with my son. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I go back in the house. Sun goes down. My father's like, we're leaving. His friend is like, I'll drive you guys home. We're in the car. Well, not driving. Whoa. We're in the car in the like the guy's garage parking spot or whatever. They're about to take another shot, right? And
always the right thing to do before you get in a car and drive.
Yeah. Why am I telling this? Anyways, so let's just say friend doesn't take the shot, you know, because I don't want to get friend in trouble.
Yeah.
But my dad, he looks back, he turns back because he's in the passenger seat. He turns back and he's like, you know what Hennessy is? And I was like, of fucking course. Like, of course I know what this is. And he was just like, this is what real men do. And he like poured like a little shot in a plastic cup. And he was like,
like a kid size.
He was like, if you tell your, yeah, a kid size alcohol drink. Get him at any restaurant. He was like, if you tell your mother, you will never fucking see me again. And I remember wanting to reply like, I barely see you now, nigga. Like, but I didn't want to do that.
What's with the idle threats, Dad?
Whoa, okay. So I took the shot. I didn't feel anything.
Okay. That was going to be my next question, yeah.
It didn't feel like anything going down, but in that car ride, I was like, oh my God. I feel very dizzy.
Yeah.
I feel very dizzy. And my father kept being like, you good? You good? And he'd like pat me like, you good? I'm like,
that's
yep.
aggressive.
Yeah. And that was my first time drinking. And then I told my mom that story like 2 years ago. And she was kind of upset low-key.
Yeah. Low-key.
Yeah. But I was like, bitch, this was like over a decade ago. We got to pipe it down. But yeah.
So what happened with the party? Because this seems to be a through line, obviously.
My God.
Talking about with you being gay and certain things happening.
When you're gay, certain things happen. That's my infomercial.
Well, because literally every story you sent me, it's like, because I'm gay, da 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 da.
Because I'm gay.
Between WeHo.
Oh my God.
The party.
I forgot.
Now what you're talking about with the first drink.
So the first drink was very much
Christina
like toxic
Aguilera
masculinity.
Is another one.
Yes.
This all is tied.
Yeah,
in.
we're gonna get to the Christina one because she really, man, oh man, she really. The day I meet her, I'm telling her the story.
What happened at the party?
So I was
How
at this
old were you?
party,
Set the scene.
college, like 20.
Where'd you go to college?
19. I was like 19. Where did I go to college? BMCC.
Okay.
I went for 1 semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still counts. Count it.
Yeah. Still counts. I'm fucking smart. Fuck that degree. Fuck that. Yeah. Anyways, I was
Say
at
it
this,
with your chest.
yeah. And I was at this party. I was at this party and
Yeah. So I was at this party.
yeah, totally. I go to this party with my friends. It's a lot of the friends, for context. Wow, a lot of gay shit's being said here. For the context, like a lot of these friends were like, I make a lot
I
of.
bring it up and it's like, oh, it's such a problem.
I bring it up. It's like, ooh. Yeah, that's how it works. But at the time,
Society.
in general, a lot of my straight friends, like straight male friends, very comfortable with their sexuality. Very much like, we're progressive. We love this gay man. So in college, it was like half that, half like, you low-key want to like fuck me one day. So saying that to say one of those kind of friends, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to go to his apartment party because he's probably going to try to wonk me and I'm going to say yes. And so I went to his apartment. It was a straight people party.
Okay.
It was like straight people, you know, whining and grinding and doing the stuff. Very like
Being lame.
house party. Yeah, very house party. I had like 1 drink, 2 maybe. And everyone's dancing. Everyone's like dancing. They're playing music. I feel like it was like very Migos time. So it was very much like, that kind of music.
Clear as water. Yeah.
The song Back That Ass Up comes on.
Classic.
Classic, juvenile, excellent feat. There's this girl there. We start dancing together, but like in the front, like the beat starts. We're like, like doing a thing. We're like, ha ha ha, looking at each other, right? Yeah, and then then she starts to twerk. So I'm twerking too, because like I said, it's like 2014, 15. It's like, oh, turn up, twerking. This is the thing that people are doing. She didn't like that.
Really?
She didn't like that. So
Were
here's
you
how
out
it went.
twerking her?
She starts twerking. I start twerking, right? She twerked on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like she started like kind of like just dancing again. And then I started twerking on her. Once it got like it started back, yes, like once the song progressed, it was like, oh, we twerking on each other. Now I'm twerking on you. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel her be like ill. But she definitely like stopped dancing with me. But I just thought it was like, oh, she just stopped dancing with me. Whatever, okay, go about my business. I'm at this party for like 2 more hours. My friend Jeffrey is like, stop standing next to her. I'm like, what? Like, is this a thing? Maybe it's like he likes her and he thought I was on my bisexual shit, which I'm not. And he was like, nah. He was like, I just overheard her say some shit and it kind of made me mad and like, I'm just not fucking with it. So I'm like, okay, can you explain to me? Because I'm a little bit scared. And he's like, I just heard her saying like she thought she was straight and you started twerking and like she felt like you led her on. And I was like,
interesting.
I was like, how did I lead her on? And he was like, well, she said she was twerking on you. I'm like, yeah, but I like shook ass on her like in a fun fag hag way. Like I don't understand what's happening. Want to say like a couple of minutes later, I'm in their kitchen area and she was like, you got to announce yourself. Next time you want to be dancing on a girl, you got to announce yourself. Immediately triggered.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because I was just like, "What do you mean? You got the wrong signal." No, I don't
fucking have to.
Yeah, I don't have to do any fucking thing but stay black and die. You, on the other hand, have to get a fucking gaydar.
Oh, I want that to be the title. Stay black and die.
Oh, it's a very, very famous black quote. Yeah, so she was just like, "Yo, you got to like watch yourself. Like, I was dancing on you," and I was like, "Well, I thought you felt comfortable dancing on me because like." Like,
Yeah.
that was what we were giving. Sorry, I crossed that boundary. I believe I said something like that. And she was just like, now you're trying to be smart. I feel like I said something with the word boundary. All I know is that it was too much of a big word for Elmo. And she was like, you trying to be funny. And I was like, I'm not. I'm literally respecting you.
This sounds so much like the Kevin Hart character in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh my
You're
God.
saying a lot of big words right now, and I'm going to take it as disrespect.
Literally, it was her. Like, she was like, you trying to be funny.
Now you both in it.
And then she literally like pushed me. And I was like, oh, no, oh, you're mad. You're mad.
Big mad.
So I just put the hands up. I was like, nah, I'm good. And she was like, oh, so now it's no smoke. Now it's no smoke. And then people got in between. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, she just tried to fight me because she thought I was straight.
Never in your life had that happened.
No, still hasn't happened again.
I was going to say, I can guarantee.
Every woman that walks up to me is like, how does my dress look? Like they're like, give me a fashion tip. They've never been like,
that's an insane proposition.
Yeah.
That
until this day, like, I don't have no ill will towards this person, but like, I think about it and I'm like,
are they like in circle?
You.
Yeah. That's...
No, she wasn't in my circle. I barely even see any of those people from college.
But it is an interesting thing to be like, to get mad at you, to be like, I thought we were hitting it off.
Like her push, we were like obviously in front of you. Her push was hard.
Yeah.
Right. And I wish that I was one of those like Atlanta gays. Maybe you know, Brennan. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. You know, because if I was a misogynistic Atlanta gay, I would have beat her ass.
Yep.
But my mom raised me right, so she did not get beat up because I would not put my hands on a woman or anyone because I'm not confrontational. Like, stop. Stop yelling. I'm getting anxious. Yeah.
I say it all the time. I'm very, very, it takes a lot to get me to that point, especially now that I'm sober. But I mean, if I've done it, I put not on women, but I put my hands on people, like on the subway where we don't know what Rihanna said. No, but like on the subway.
Brennan, I will not let you do that here.
That was a bit. I'm doing bits.
It's a bit. It's a bit. That's a good bit. All right. Anyways, you were saying.
No, but like when I first moved to New York, when I was with my ex on the subway, like an unhoused gentleman, like fully open train, sat right next to her, and then like tried to like lean, like lay on us basically. And I don't like putting my hands on people, but that was a moment
beat
where
his ass.
Well, no, that was our moment where I just like picked him up and I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
That unhoused man is better than me. I would have totally moaned.
But you know what? Like,
I would have like, oh.
I try, and I say that like I haven't gotten into a fight since the last time I was incarcerated, which was like 10 years ago. So like I try not
incarcerated?
to. Yeah,
you're so cool.
Times. But I try.
Okay.
I try not
to
do that stuff. To your point, I don't like confrontation, but I do have this thing, and I wonder if you have it as well, where I will get to the point where I'll flip the switch and I'll just be like, well, fuck it. If this is happening, it's happening. And I will go completely the other way and I'll start yelling, like getting loud. Do you do that too, or is that just a me thing?
No, I think it's just that you think because you're like a strong man. I'm just like, hey, like I don't want to argue with you and like I'm not gonna yell at you.
You're one of those.
And I'm also not doing it in a condescending way where I'm like, you're yelling and I'm quiet. That's very manipulative.
That's
psychologically
one of the things that switches my
But no, I'm just like, let's talk about it because there is a way that we can talk about it. I don't want to yell.
So you're better than me because, well, and I've done this at the restaurant. Like I've had a guest talk down to me, and I've literally turned to my boss full volume so that table can hear me. And I've said to my manager, I've been incarcerated too many times for this person to talk to me like this. But that's what I mean is like I am so like bend over backwards for my guests, but there is a line
I've
where
been in the slammer too many times.
If you cross the line where I will like flip and be like, well, no, fuck that. I say all that to say like to your point where it's like I too try to avoid confrontation, but I will cross a line where all of a sudden I'm like, well, we're in it now. Now we're doing it.
I don't like.
But you're like, no, I don't.
I'm so okay on conversation. The other day, there were these two women. I'm a host at a restaurant. There's these two women. They came in entitled white old women. I mean,
capital W, capital H.
I mean, we're talking like oligarch type bitches.
Yeah.
And they came in to put themselves on a wait list. It was 3 hosts at the time. We like float around. They checked in with the other host. I wasn't around. the bitch came to me, says she made a reservation. I said, no, your name's not here in a reservation. Your name is in the wait list. She said, well, we haven't gotten a wait list table. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I just caught you in your own lie, bitch. I just gagged you. You just changed the whole thing. And then she goes to the other host and she's like, well, you gave us a reservation. I'm like, yeah, I just corrected you. I just auto-corrected you. No, that didn't happen. She gets sent to the bar because my coworker's like, whatever. Goes to the bar. Michael, one of my favorite gay men, Michael hears them going off about me, and Minna is her name. And she's like, and she was so mean. And the guy, he was so nice, trying to balance her out. They're trying to good cop, bad cop me. I was like, bitch, I was genuinely being nice to you. I've never heard someone complain about my kindness.
Your kindness was manipulative.
Bitch. Whatever. And I don't like calling women bitches, but you know what? Bitch.
Yes.
Anyways.
What happened in WeHo?
Oh, it's kind of like not a funny story, but I was like, I'm gonna put it. So
yeah, let's talk.
I was in Los Angeles,
Shout
the city
out.
of angels. Fun fact: I was born in California.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, well, I'm gay, so that's where they're all made. Don't know. I made that up.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I made that up. So I was in Los Angeles with my best friend, straight best friend, very comfortable with himself. One of those straight best friends, you know who you are. One of those straight best friends that I have where it's like we're outside and I'm like, can you stand apart because you're hot and like the gays are gonna think we're together.
Yeah.
But this particular night, he's like, let's go to. They're so known for the gay bars. Let's go to WeHo. I'm like, okay, straight man, because I'm not gonna get no play with you like standing around. Go away. So we go to a couple places. We went to one place his friend worked at. We got 2 drinks, right? And we're like, I'm just gonna drink at another place. The fuck? It's okay, cool. When we go to the other place, he is a dancer. So there was like a dance, like you got served kind of club, and he was like, I really want to go, but I want you to have this experience because I just turned 21.
Of watching me dance.
Yeah, and so he was like, so I'm gonna go to the dance club because I just like know that you want to stay at the gay club with your people, which is real. I'm very much into the dance community. I very much
he
love
wanted
dance.
you to have the experience of staying at the club.
Yes.
I apologize. I thought he
Oh,
was
you
like,
thought he was like, come watch me
yeah,
break a
yeah.
move. Nigga. No, like, nah, he was like, nah, I want you to
have this experience of watching me crush.
Yeah, but now he did get his ass slapped, and I feel like that was he was like, I gotta go. But nah, he was like, I'm gonna go to the other club. He was very nervous about leaving me by myself, because if you are a gay man and you have straight friends, you know they treat you like a girl. So, which even in that sentence, that's weird to say, but it is true. It's like, slow down.
We have like a protective instinct.
Yeah, it's a protective instinct, which I appreciate. So cute. But sometimes I'm like, fuck off.
I'm a grown up, yeah.
So this is one of those times where it's like, you go away, go to your thing, like go break dance.
I'm trying to get some play over here.
Yeah, like I want to like suck a dick in the bathroom. Like I don't want to be here with you. So he goes and I'm like, you know what? I'll give me another drink. Cool. I'll give me another drink. Even though I had the 2 other drinks, I'll give me another drink. Sure. Bunch of men start talking to me. One thing I've learned about going to Los Angeles, I don't even think they think I'm attractive. I think they're just like, I'm going to talk to you and flirt with you. Like, and that was what happening. Like, my eyelash is killing me. Give me a second. Oh my God. It's, pretty hurts. It really does.
Absolutely.
And there we got the culprit. Nice. Oh my, here we go. I'm going to finish the story. So, I'm like, I'm going to get another drink. I meet a bunch of people. Like I said, they just start talking to me because I'm like gay. And there was a guy who was really pressing, like, being sexual, I'll say. Just try to be clean. I don't know why. This is a fucking podcast. Anyways.
We've gotten this far.
Yeah, we've gotten this far.
But yeah,
he was being like touchy-feely and doing the stuff. And I was not really into it. I am also I teach social and emotional health. So I'd be applying that to everything. So I started noticing
Boundaries.
So once I noticed that he was reacting a certain way to my age, I was freshly 21 at the time. I felt a way about that because he kept being like, you're young, you don't know nothing about blah, blah, blah. Like a song would come on and be like, you don't know about blah, blah, blah. So then he was like, I'm going to get you a drink. Gets me a drink, right?
Uh-oh.
I drink the drink. I kid you not. I got so instantly twisted. Like, I hadn't smoked no weed, no nothing. But I was like, this does not feel like how alcohol feels. I guess this is where the funny part of the story comes in, because I do remember my best friend texting me and being like, hey, I'm going to come back across the street to come get you. Let me know when to come get you. I'm with this man. He starts being like, you need to tell me your age. And I'm like, what if I told you I was like under 18? Because you keep pressing that I'm younger. And he was like, that wouldn't be no problem. Like, that's fresh enough for me. And I was like, you're fucking sick. You're insane. So me and this man start going back and forth outside of this club.
So you start,
but I know for a fact, even to my point about not being confrontational, I know for a fact that I'm like, nah, I'm twisted. Because I'm just like scream matching this man.
So which is totally out of character for you.
Yeah, but I'm not like, yo, motherfucker. But like, we're here, and I'm like, sir, you're bugged the fuck out. If I said I'm under 18, you would be in jail. Like, that's not how that goes. And he was like, but I'd still want to hit. Like, he's saying all these things, and everything just felt so blurry. We're in the back and forth. We're in the back and forth. My best friend literally comes from behind me, and he just grabs me, and he's like, you look a little bit off, brother. Like, what is happening? Who is this man? So the guy's like, who are you? This your boyfriend? This your boyfriend? Like, I'm like, no. And of course, my best friend being like, yes, I'm his boyfriend. What the fuck is good? Yeah. And so that becomes a thing. He puts me in the car. All I remember was as soon as the car started moving, I was like, I still feel fucking crazy. Like, I don't even know how to join, because he picked up his friend from his bar job, and like, they were just talking. I didn't have anything to say. I was just like, I don't know what's going on with my body right now, but I don't feel drunk. I just feel like really dizzy and sick.
This is Hennessy all over again.
Barely. So I'm like, pull over. He pulls over randomly. I throw up. I fall on the ground.
Oh, no.
Yes, which sucked so much because it all happened at once. And the last thing I remember was him picking me up, like in his hands. Prince Charming. And yeah, that was it. And then
what happens the next day?
He told me this whole thing about like how I was like talking for hours once they got to the house. I just kept throwing up. I did not remember any of this.
Wow.
I just kept throwing up. He tried to put on a movie to comfort me, because at the time, like, we were just having like this bit about High School Musical. So he was like, I put on High School Musical. Like, I was just trying to do things to like make you feel as comfortable, because you were just acting so out of character. And then that's when the question came, and he was like, did someone buy you a drink, or were you buying your drinks? And I was like, oh, I brought one. Yeah. And then someone bought one for me. And he was like, I think this is the reality of what happened yesterday.
Damn.
And I was like, I don't think that's the reality of what happened, but I think it is. Yeah.
Well, the light went out. We're out of time.
Oh my God, no. For real?
Yeah.
Wait, that's timed? Mm-hmm. This is such a professional show. Wow. Are we going to leave on that note?
Yeah. Well, you're going to plug everything one more time.
Oh my God, let's not leave on that note. Can I say the Christina Aguilera to make
course.
everyone like laugh again?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first time I got high, I was sitting with my friends. They were like, yo, we're doing these pins, like these weed pins. This was like 2019.
Yeah.
This was right before I did the open mic, had to be. Whatever, we're chilling, we're doing the thing. Christina Aguilera has a new album out. It's 2018. It's 2018 because the new album comes out.
Christina's back on top.
Yes. But I'm like being gay as fuck with my friends. And I'm being like, y'all need to see this new Christina video because I haven't seen it, but the song is hot. It's with Ty Dolla $ign. I'm like going off. My boyfriend at the time is like, can you smoke the pen? Like, we literally like, we agreed that you would get high for the first time today. Like, let's just do the thing. I pull the pen. Everyone forgets this Christina Aguilera thing. I feel like nobody wanted to watch it in the first place. I start feeling away.
Yeah.
I'm like this. My friend is like, oh girl, Christina Aguilera video. You say you want to watch Christina Aguilera? I'm like, oh, you know what? Sure, put it. The video was like this, like, first of all, they give you like a epilepsy warning, like flashing.
I know the video, yeah.
And it threw me for a fucking loop. I had heard the song already, but her talking about accelerate, pick up the speed, stamina, that's all I was like literally like going crazy, like surging, the strobing, everything. And I didn't smoke for like a whole year. That was my first time and only time for a minute. Yeah.
Thanks, Christina.
Oh, thank you, Christina Aguilera. And I hope that made you laugh because that last story was like, I was teetering on like comedy drama. It was like almost like a comedy thriller there. Anyways.
Plug everything one more time.
Devon Arnold, Instagram. On Twitter, it's Devon Arnold _. That makes a difference. You'll probably type in Devon Arnold and still find the dweeb on Twitter. That's it. that's it. Night of the Living Variety Show, Black History Special, February 1st, 8:30. Make sure you come. Yeah, agents, come get me. I'm ready. I've done PR training already. Like, I've done the stuff. I'm ready for this. You want a fucking scandal? I got you.
We'll link everything in the show notes. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening at Brennan T Comedy on all social media, BrennanTComedy.com. Bunch of dates in January. So come on, check it out. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Thank you, Brennan.
It's fun.
It was so fun.